Alright, welcome. This is M-Dog from M-Dog Gaming. And we've got a couple more videos we're going to make for you this evening. And then after that, we're going to start our journey into Mordor on our boosted character. And so I'll certainly be streaming that as well, and I'm not sure if we'll cut that up for YouTube or not, but these first two we're going to definitely transition to YouTube. Alright, so if hopefully you saw the previous video about how I was able to unlock the Aria, the Valar package. Now, for me, just as a refresher, all I had to do was go to the LOTRO store, purchase something with LOTRO points that was account, right? So for me, it was getting account storage, inventory slots, cost 325 LOTRO points, unlocked it, boom, it got delivered to my inventory. Now, beforehand, I had tried to do a character thing, or maybe crafting. I think I'd gotten crafting tools. That did not deliver it. Now, I want to give fair warning. Under account is mithril coins. I've talked to multiple people that have purchased mithril coins, so I guess they're trying to spend the cheapest amount they can. They bought one pack of 5 mithril coins for 50. And 2 people have told me now that did not deliver their Aria the Valar. So, I think there's either one of 2 possibilities. One, I got lucky and account storage is one of an unknown amount of things that triggers it. That seems less and less likely to me. 2, it's possible that the system is just really buggy. And anytime you purchase something from the store, there's a chance that'll shake it up enough to deliver it. All I know is I tried lots of things with this tune once I had gotten to novice rank. In other words, out of the introductory, the early part, to where, like, basically to you were level 5 to 7 when you're in Bree or wherever. And it was only then that the Valar package got delivered when I purchased an account-wide item. For me, it was inventory slots. So, for me, it worked. Again, I'm just hearing mixed feedback. For some people, that's working. For some people, it's not. It was actually somebody in my kin last night that first said that that's what worked for them. However, that's not what this video is meant to be focused on. This video is meant to be focused on boosting your tune and how does that work. So we're actually going to open up the Aria of the Valar package, and you can see we're level 5. We're going to see kind of what happens when you boost to 105. What do you actually get, and does it tell you where to go? I mean, I have a lot of questions. I don't know the answer, so we're going to kind of stumble through this together. All right, we're going to right click on this and open it up. Now, once we've opened that up, and I'm assuming this is going to be the actual boost, we're going to get lots of things. I think some of these items, we'll go through them real quick. This is the boost. And you see now this is now bound to this particular character. So once you open that box, that is it. That's the character you're boosting. Other than that, there's a weapon pack, see minimum level 105. Armor pack, 105. A war steed. Now we can go ahead and we could click on that. 3 giant piles of silver scraps to give us 5 gold, 400 silver. So not what you would typically have, most likely, at level 105. Very little compared to what you would typically have, but it'll get us started. 5 tomes of extraordinary experience. Now that's a weird one for me. Why are they giving you XP boost when you already hit 105? I guess just to help you to 115. I don't know, it's kind of strange. A map to Rivendell. So as long as you're level 20, you can use this. So it's a quick way to get to Rivendell. That's actually probably would come in handy if Rivendell does not automatically get unlocked in terms of the stable spot, the stable, and I bet it doesn't. We have an item pack, which says minimum level 105, so that's going to give us some kind of items. Mounted combat trait, but you have to be 75 to click on that. And legendary items, but you have to be level 55, 51 for that. And that gives you access to Moria and legendary items and weapons. So first of all, let's boost to 105. Let's go ahead and see how this works. Oh, it does say when you use this, you'll be teleported to the camp of the host before the gates of Mordor. So that's good to know. So this is what I recommend you do before you boost, is come to South Bree and get this stable, at the very least. You may want to get more stables than that, but as long as you have South Bree, this is a pretty major hub to a lot of the newer content, right? So you want to make sure you've got this stable unlocked. All right, let's go ahead and boost. Let's see what happens here. It's like character fireworks just went off. All right, so it is in fact loading us in to this new area. And like I said, a bunch of things just happened there at once. You could hear all the sounds. So this is what happens when you boost to 105. Long loading screen. I'm wondering if there will be like an intro trailer or anything. Probably not. It'll probably just send you right there. All right, let's examine what's going on. Oh, wow, that's great. Okay, so it sent us right to Aragorn. Look at all of these abilities. We had, what, 4 abilities before this? Okay. Right now, the system's processing all of our new deeds. Lots of tutorials just came up. Commendations, custom UI, deeds, personal house, hobbies, instance finder, monster play, item wear on defeat, auto run, collections. So basically all the tutorials that you would have gotten as you leveled to 105. Featured instances, traits, class traits, outfits, mounts, map, wallet, pending loot, deed complete, reputation. I guess that's it. All right, nothing else got put in our bag. Again, we do still have all those other things to click on. We do still have our free presents that we were saving till we got to be 105 with the boost, because we wanted to have access to the higher level presents. All right, now let's start going through. It's still going through things that we've completed. We've got pending alerts, lots of them. All right, new mail. Oh, that's awesome. Somebody just either set off fireworks or it's a part of this area. I don't know what. Look at those fire. That's awesome. Okay. We've got mail from Horn. That has to do with the epic quest line. Epic battles await. Hype Bold. They're wanting you to go there to start those dailies. You do those when you're 85. Barlin and Butter, whatever. Skirmish Captain wants you to go unlock skirmishes. Galadriel, a need in Rohan, Pethland, and urgent summons. Lady Galadriel on behalf of the Golden Host. There are tons of things, and a lot of those do have attachments that are going to be like sending you places. So not necessarily things you want to worry about when you first get here. So we're going to close new mail. All right, we have 15 LOTRO points for something. A new quick slot page. We need to pick a specialization because our character was under level 10. We don't even have a specialization on this. Deeds complete. All right, so the only ones we have completed. Now this is confirming that the epic quest line, if you want to complete the epic quest line, you do have to go back and do that. So it completed volume 3, book 2 forward, and volume 3 forward. And I don't know why those got completed. Maybe those are required to start this next volume that begins with Mordor, and so they had to auto-complete them for you. I'm not sure. Deed bestowed. To the aid of Rohan. Rohan awaits you. Did we get a letter? It's saying that the reward is a letter and 20 marks. And it says it's completed now. So, I'm not sure. Title awarded. Reminder. Skirmish recruit. Kinsman. Called by the Golden Host. Enforcer of Helm. Summoned by Lord Elrond. Friend of the Mark. Guard of the Ison and the Sociable. Now, I think we're going to get some new titles in our packs we're about to open. New skirmishes that are available. Featured instance Halls of Night. We actually should have quite a few skirmishes at this level. We are a VIP player. I am a VIP player, so all the skirmishes should be unlocked. But we haven't been to the skirmish captain, so we're just a skirmish recruit. So maybe that's required to get the rest of the skirmishes on the list. All right. We have, okay, here's our letter. Here is an Anorian ironbound loot box and a sturdy key to open it. Okay. So we'll come back to this. Let's look at the letter. I was curious about that. Cross the bridge into Rohan and talk to a Rohirrim. This is level 75, so this is something that for that part of the epic quest line. Let's wait on that. Let's go to what we got. All right, here is the weapon pack. Whoa. All right, it emptied a 3rd age legendary item box. Select an item. All right, we get to choose. This is kind of getting weird. It's going to be confusing. All right, and we did get a one-handed sword, and a bow. But we're also going to get an LI. And I wonder what the difference. All right, so that's a one-handed. Greatsword's going to be a two-handed. Spear. So I guess it just depends on what you want to have. And we'll probably just choose a sword. It says we can just select one item. You could select a bridle, but that seems like that'd be a waste. Let's get it's a level 100 sword of the 3rd age. So we'll select that. Now that's, okay, that's going to open up the LI system. You need to complete Volume 2, Book 1, Chapter 10 to use legendary items. But this is going to open that for us, right? All right, let's keep going with... Oh, we've got multiple legendary item boxes. Okay, so we'll come back to those. Next, let's go to the armor. Wow. Okay. So let's put all this on. We're going to have to go to the other ring here. The other bracelet. Actually, no, we didn't have another bracelet on. Earrings. All right, now we have our current look is going to be saved under cosmetics. So let's see what this new gear looks like. Oh, I cannot stand the cloak. Let's see what everything else looks like. It's not bad. I don't love it, but it's not bad. We just went up several thousands of morale, obviously. Alright, and this is our old gear, so let's just put it down here. I probably want to throw that in our cosmetic storage, because I really liked that gear. And then it's also saved... Where's the other cloak? It's up here. It's also saved in our current cosmetic slot 1. Okay, so what's the next thing we have to open? A war steed. Okay, we added a war steed. Okay, you can't add these. You actually have to sell them to a vendor, and that's how much it'll give us is 5 gold, 400 silver. There's the experience boosts, which is, again, kind of weird. There's the map to Rivendell. Oh, that's the item pack. All right, let's go ahead and click on these. This gives us mounted combat, and this allows us to use legendary items. So we should now be able to slot that legendary item that we unlocked. Ooh, we've got to identify it first, so it's an unidentified item. And then we'll have 2 more, but let's identify the first one maybe before. All right, so remember we got this Anorian ironbound loot box in the mail. Let's use our key and open that and see what's in it. All right. 5 random relic packs. Where did the relic go? Actually, maybe it went here. We also got 5 scrolls of universal crafting lore. Okay. Let's see. Iron setting of morale. Okay, that's right. It's just adding it to our relics. Setting of will. Setting of will. Ancient rune of avoidance. Alright. So there, all of those are located. And then finally, here, let's make it a little easier to tell what's what. So I guess we could go ahead and equip these swords. Pretty basic looking, but two pretty powerful swords there. Hopefully they will do while we're leveling up a couple of LIs a little bit. Now let's see what the item pack contains. Okay, wow. We had already learned riding, so we don't actually need the passive skill riding. Steed of the Citadel. Alright, let's see what that is. We'll try both of these because we got two mounts so far. Alright, what's this? Dale's men's crams. Something you get from Hobbit presents often. Rejuvenation potions. Map to Eastfold Aldburg. And okay, so that's another cool map there because that's another place that is kind of a hub, right? Is it Westernment? Or is Aldburg in Easternment? Anyway, in all of that Rohan stuff. And then Snowburn. Okay, so whichever one is Eastern, that one's the other. One's Eastern, one's Western. I think Snowburn was Eastern and Aldburg was Western, but I could have those backwards. And then what is this? Amphala Starlit Crystal. I guess you use that on a legendary item. I'm actually not familiar with those, to be honest. So we'll probably just throw this riding characteristic out. I mean, it's bound to crusade him when we already have the riding skill. Let's see what the Steed of the Citadel looks like. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that mount. I like that mount a lot. Can you change? It's not a combat mount, right? So you can't change it. I think that's right. All right. Okay, so we've kind of opened everything. Let's see what these quest actions are. This is a level 105 quest. You have been summoned by Prince Imrahil, who stands just outside the main gate of After Battle Minas Tirith. Introduction Eastern Gondor. This is a level 100 quest. So it's kind of going backwards. But we'll go ahead and accept it because I'm not sure. Okay, a 101. I'm not sure if these are like introductory, like entrance points to the epic quest line, or if these are just random like quests that unlock things that are important that you would want to go back and do. Or maybe just taking you to areas. See, I've never had a character that high a level. I've never had a character to 105 or anywhere close, so I don't know about this stuff. Who requests your presence hideouts in Osgiliath? Okay, so Osgiliath is a pretty main area too, right? But that's a level 100 quest. And Camp of the Host, Northern Ithilien. You should meet with Damrod as soon as you're able. Okay, so we've got all those quests. And right now, we're in the Wastes. In Mordor. Where are the Wastes? So it looks like we're in the very first part of Mordor, which makes sense since this is the Mordor expansion. And the really nice thing, oh yeah, we were going to see what our medium war steed looks like. Can you rename them? I think you can. Anyway, Callista. I can't stand where that is. What do you do? Control U? No. I think it's... Anyway, there's a way to move your UI around, which we'll need to move that because that is in an annoying spot. All right. The nice thing is it did, when we boosted, it started us right here. Okay, there's a quest over there, quest over there. Is that Legolas? Yep, that's going to be Eomer King. But this is talking to Aragorn for Book 8, Chapter 1. So that's going to really start Mordor's epic questline, finishing up the epic questline that we've been working on for 10 years. So that's very cool. All right, so we're going to continue to stream for a while tonight, obviously. I am going to go ahead and sort of break up this time that we're spending. What we're going to examine next, after just a very quick, like quick as in a few second break, and I only take a few seconds so that it's easier for me to get it on YouTube separately, but what we're going to examine next is this, what's included in the Mordor Ultimate Fan Bundle bonus item. So that will probably be a much shorter video than this one, but I did want to separate those out. So we'll take a pause here and then we'll transition to that. What's going to be really overwhelming is looking at our